Zuber Usman. Zuber Usman. Usman, 1954. Born 12 December 1916, Padang, West Sumatra, Deutsch East Indies. Died 25th July 1976, aged 59, Jakarta, Indonesia. Occupation, author, teacher. Language, Indonesian. Nationality, Indonesian. Period, 1940s to 1973. Genre, short stories, histories. Zuber Usman, 12 December 1906 to 25 July 1976, was an Indonesian teacher and writer, known as an early pioneer of Indonesian literary criticism. Born in Padang, West Sumatra, he was educated in Islamic schools until 1937, after which he became a teacher. Dabbling in writing short stories like the Japanese occupation of the Dutch East Indies and the ensuing revolution for the rest of his life, Usman focused on teaching, writing about literature. Biography. Usman was born in Padang, West Sumatra on 12 December 1916. He received his childhood education at a series of Islamic-oriented schools, beginning with a Twalib school in Padang Panjang. In 1937, he graduated from the Islamic College in Padang, moving to Batavia, now Jakarta, the following year to become a Malay language teacher at a Muhammadiyah-run school. During his lifetime, Usman taught a number of schools. During the Japanese occupation of the Dutch East Indies 1942 to 1945 and ensuing revolution, Usman wrote a number of short stories dealing with themes ranging from travel to true love and diligence. These were published in various local magazines. 11 of these were later compiled in the anthology Sepanjang Jalan dan Beberapa Cerita Lain, Along the Road and Other Stories, which was published in 1953 by Balai Pustaka, Indonesia's state publisher. By 2005, the book had seen 3 printings. After the publication of Sepanjang Jalan, Usman wrote 2 histories of Indonesian literature, Kesusastraan Lama Indonesia, Old Indonesian Literature, 1954, and Kesusastraan Baru Indonesian, New Indonesian Literature, 1957. These 2 histories were written in brief and arranged chronologically. Between his 2 histories, Usman published a hikayat, or traditional Malay prose, entitled Hikayat Iskandar Zulkarnain, Hikayat of Iskandar Zulkarnain, 1956. Working with H.P. Jazin, Usman translated some of Poerbatjaraka's works of Javanese literature as Cerita Panji, Stories of the Banners, in 1958. In 1960, he published an academic work regarding the Indonesian language and literature, entitled Kedudukan Bahasa dan Sastra Indonesia, the position of the Indonesian language and literature. Usman graduated from the University of Indonesia in 1961 with a degree in literature before formally earning his teacher's diploma the following year. During the next 15 years, until his death in Jakarta on 25th July 1976, Usman wrote extensively. This included 20 new retellings of Indonesian fairy tales, 1971, and Putri Bunga Karang, 1973. Views. Usman defined Old Malay literature as those written before Abdullah bin Abdul Qadir Munsi came to prominence. He said the latter offer focus on the everyday experiences of the average person, a divergence from the traditional stories of gods, giants, or fabulous fairy tales with beautiful princesses and magnificent castles. This can be differentiated with more nationalist periodization, such as that of Tur, which emphasized an Indonesian awareness. Regarding Balai Pustaka's language policies during the colonial period, Usman wrote that although the publisher prescribed Malay was not as organic or free to develop as those outside publications, it was much less restrictive than traditional written forms. Legacy. Usman has been cited by Australian professor of Indonesian literature Keith Foucher as an early pioneer of Indonesian literary criticism. The inspiration for the Faculty of Literature at Andalas University in Padang is credited to a speech entitled Pembangunan Daerah Sumatera Barat, Development of West Sumatra, which Usman delivered at a seminar in 1964. The speech called for the area's educational facilities to be further developed to reunite West Sumatra with the rest of Indonesia after it had been alienated for housing the revolutionary government of the Republic of Indonesia some 5 years earlier. However, Usman was not involved in the administrative efforts behind the faculty establishment, which took until 1982.